They walked in dressed as police officers and walked out with $500 million in stolen masterpieces. Not one gun was fired, not one alarm sounded, not one artwork ever recovered, and more than 30 years later, the silence is deafening. This isn't fiction. This is the real story of the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum heist, the greatest unsolved art theft in history. A robbery so perfect, so strange, even the FBI is still scratching its head. Tonight, we peel back the velvet curtain and enter a world of Rembrandt, Vermeer, and empty golden frames, frozen in time. Was it an inside job, a mafia scheme, or the work of criminal geniuses who vanished into the shadows? The Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum is more than a gallery. It's a legacy. Built in 1903, it was modeled after a 15th century Venetian palace. Marble columns, courtyards dripping in ivy, rooms arranged with obsessive detail by Gardner herself, an eccentric art collector with love for the dramatic. She left strict instructions. Nothing in the museum could be altered, even after her death, not even after theft. That eerie stipulation sets the stage for a tragedy that reads like a Shakespearean play, with an empty frame as its ghost. In the early hours of March 18, 1990, the day after St. Patrick's Day, Boston is still buzzing from the celebration. At 1:24 a.m., two men dressed as Boston police officers ring the doorbell at the museum's side entrance. The museum's two night security guards, Rick Abbott and Randy Headstand, buzzed them in. "We received a report of a disturbance," the imposters say. Minutes later, both guards are handcuffed and duct taped in the basement. The museum is theirs. For 81 minutes, the thieves roam the halls, calm, calculated. They don't take the most valuable pieces. They seem to know exactly what they want. 13 works are stolen. Rembrandt, Vermeer, Degas, and then they vanish. The stolen art includes Rembrandt's The Storm on the Sea of Galilee, his only known seascape; Vermeer's The Concert, one of just 34 in existence; a tiny Chinese bronze beaker; 5 Degas drawings; and a strange, unexplained object, a Napoleonic eagle finial. Why these? Why not more? The museum had no motion detectors, no night patrols. Just 2 guards and a silent alarm system which never tripped. To this day, the frames remain hanging, empty, like open wounds. Not a single stolen piece has been recovered. Not one. When staff arrived that morning, they found the museum in quiet disarray. Taped guards, torn canvases, frames on the floor, a silent alarm blinking. Boston PD and the FBI launched a massive investigation, but from the start, nothing made sense. The guards weren't harmed, no fingerprints, no forced entry. The security tapes for that night, taken. The motion sensors, they captured strange data, suggesting the thieves avoided certain rooms entirely. The FBI declared it an inside job, but no arrests were made. Rick Abbott, the night guard who let them in, a former rock musician with a drug habit. Suspicious, sure. Guilty, still unproven. One prevailing theory: the heist was mob-related. Around the time of the theft, Boston's underworld was boiling. The FBI suspected members of the Irish mob and the Patriarcha crime family were involved, possibly to use the artwork as collateral. Informants claimed the art had been removed through Connecticut, even Philadelphia. One mobster, Robert Gentile, claimed innocence, yet authorities found museum documents and a list of the stolen paintings in his home. Still, no art, no evidence, just a trail of whispers and dead ends. Could this really have been a lucky break? Or did someone inside know exactly how to game the system? Security guard Rick Abbott was oddly calm. He buzzed in the fake cops without checking IDs. He left his post against protocol, and he passed the lie detector test, barely. Some theorized the thieves were hired hands, that a wealthy collector ordered the heist. A real-life Dr. No scenario. Priceless art stolen not for the money, but for the obsession. In 2015, the FBI said they identified the culprits, both deceased, but they refused to name them. Why? The public is still waiting for the answers. 30 years on, the trail is ice cold. No ransoms, no sightings, no forgeries. The museum continues to offer a $10 million reward for information leading to recovery. It remains the largest private bounty in the art world. Some believe the paintings were destroyed. Others think they're hidden in a Swiss vault or quietly hanging on a wall behind a sliding bookshelf, never to be seen again. The Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum still keeps those empty frames on display, a haunting tribute to what was lost, a silent reminder of a perfect crime. No arrest, no convictions, no art. And maybe that's the most chilling part. Not that it happened, but that they got away with it. If you were captivated by this mystery, like, share, and subscribe, because in the shadows of history, there are still thieves walking free. Good night.